No, but solo leveling is still up there. So like it's hard for me to give people that argument that like, oh, it should have won anime of the year when
You haven't even seen it.
not only that I haven't even seen it. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Irbal Sinergy the Shop. I'm your host, as always, Sinji, and with me, as always, the co-host, the sound master, the troll master, Irby.
What's up, folks? It's me.
Could you tell I lost
How
my
y'all
train of
doing
thought
today?
a couple times?
I did. I was like, dang.
There was too many sounds going on.
He didn't know what to do. He just was like, he's like, I'm out of here.
Yeah.
He's like, my whole train of thought. I can't think about anything.
It got derailed.
It did. That was what I was going for.
What up, Irby?
You know, nothing too much.
How's your week
Just
been?
out here. It's been a week. It's, can't complain though. You know, able to be here. Not square. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What about you, big dog?
Not gonna lie, it's been going by quick. It's a chill week.
Has it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Jeez.
Monday felt kind of long, but yeah, I
longest
thought. Excuse
Monday.
me. I mean, I guess not quick enough because I'm tired, but I thought multiple times that today was Wednesday.
Shit, yeah, that's wild.
It's always
I
good
would've-
to think
I
it's
would've
you're a
been
day
that
behind instead of a day ahead.
Nah, it's never good at all.
No, man, it is because then your week finishes quicker versus you thinking it's Friday when it's Thursday and now the week feels longer.
It doesn't finish any quicker. Your perception of it just changes.
What I mean is there was
'Cause the
enough
week's
going
so
on Tuesday and Wednesday to help the workday progress rapidly.
Yeah, so you say.
Versus Monday, it was not doing much, so time appeared to move slow because I wasn't occupied.
Interesting. Nice take on it.
Yeah,
sir.
and today I wasn't as occupied, but I was reading a new series, so I had something to kill time.
Yeah. Okay, I feel you, dog.
Yeah, you got a flavor?
Nope.
No,
Got
flavor?
no flavors. Yeah, no flavors. Mostly just been on the books.
Anything interesting from the books?
No, not well, it's all too interesting. It's a whole bunch. Yeah, been reading a series about a guy. He's a military contractor, and this one was interesting because they went into like the backstory of how one of the operators got his nickname.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, that's cool. He essentially, there was this guy that thought he knew everything, and he was the second in charge. And meanwhile, he messed up like 2-3 missions just because he thought he was doing it right his way. And the leader was like, stop doing that. And so the other guy knocked him out, and they call that man Knuckles now because he knocked out the guy in one hit.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Yeah, he did. The other guy just caused so much unnecessary stuff. I was like, oh, what is wrong with this guy?
I'm trying to think of a character to compare him to for example's sake. I mean, I guess Luffy's a good comparison. Someone who keeps like fucking shit up for the squad.
It wasn't even doing that. He just was just doing it out of his own accord. Like he was like, oh yeah, I think we should do this. I'm gonna do this here, even though the leader said no, and you're second in command. It's not like he was the leader and he was doing stuff. He just wanted to do it his way, which was the incorrect way. and everything suffered because he did incorrectly. So I wouldn't quite say it's Luffy.
Hey, my man Luffy got a little grace.
No grace. It's just not an apt comparison.
Hey, I'll take it.
Yeah, that's how it be in the streets.
Oh man, why am I yawning so much? Fucking hell. I want to shout out this manhwa I just started because I realized that my what's today? Thursday? My Wednesday night releases, I'm down to only 2, so I had room for 1 or 2 more, and I started one. It's called The Night of the Goblin. And just to give a quick 1-2 of what it's about is it basically starts off there's this chubby kid who he eats healthy, he exercises every day, goes on runs. He's tried like 19 sports and has gotten good at all of them, but for the life of him he cannot lose weight. And just to wrap it up, I know he has amazing reflexes as well, and it's also why he flourished in sports. And like to wrap it up, basically he gets summoned to the demon realm, and it's discovered that he has like goblin blood in his system. So like the goblin blood awakens, and he suddenly becomes like ripped and thin, and he's like super strong. And he was selected by a judge to be one of the participants to the the Demon King tournament, which happens every 666 years. And I think he didn't really have interest in it at first until they explained to him that the last selected Demon King made it a rule not to hunt humans, and that once he steps down, that rule is going to disappear, so humans are going to be in danger of demons again. So now he plans on becoming the Demon King.
The Demon King.
Yeah.
It sounds like they took that straight from Yu Yu Hakusho.
It could be. I didn't watch a lot of Yu Yu Hakusho. I didn't watch. Actually, it's fair to say I didn't watch any Yu Yu Hakusho. So like, I wouldn't be able to compare the similarities.
Yeah. Because it came from at the end of it, he had to fight in the demon realm because turns out his one of his ancestors was like the Demon King, and he had like fell in love with his mother or something. It was like way down there. And then they had to fight, and he ended up taking out like the big competition. And the guy that ends up winning was actually like friendly with him, and he was like, "Yeah, I don't think we should actually do this with humans or whatever." So it worked out in the end.
Hey, I imagine it would.
Yeah, I mean it got to. So
Gotta.
get a little tenderness.
No, you watch anything this week?
Absolutely not.
My man, you lacking.
Hey, it's nothing be out there. I'll be like, what is this? Nothing. Can't catch my fancy.
There's one that looks like it could be interesting called The Brilliant Healers, but you should watch Eminence in Shadow. I think you'd enjoy that. It's on Hulu if you have it.
Okay.
I think it used to only be on like Amazon Prime, the H-Dive shit, or Vive, whatever it's called. But I think Hulu is starting to get a lot of those animes.
There was one that I saw. He was the underground healer. I think I got to like 10 episodes. I think you said you were going to watch it, but...
Did you say Underground Healer? Is it the Brilliant Healer's New Life in the Shadows?
I don't know. It might be.
Let me see. How many episodes does it have? It's got 11.
Should have 12. Yeah, that's what I watched that one.
And you're
The
not...
Brilliant Healers.
So it's got like one more before. Yeah, I do plan it. It's on my list. I do plan on watching this.
Yeah.
I think the shadow
Six.
thing captured my interest, but I have a feeling it's not going to be what I think.
What do you think it's going to be?
Um, I feel like okay, so the Brilliant Healer's New Life in the Shadows. I think it's actually going to be. In my head, I wanted to be like, um, kind of like him doing shit at night and like almost like assassin-y type thing, but like it looks like more like it's gonna be. I think I even vaguely remember us talking about it. Like he just doesn't want to be the spotlight.
He just wants to heal in peace.
Yeah, he doesn't want to all the glory and whatnot.
Yeah, he just heals the folks and they go about their way.
Well,
Yeah. Yeah, he's not an assassin, but he's strong.
he's strong. I want to do. I want to watch. What's it called? Hold on, let me see if I can find it. A lot of people were saying it should have won anime of the year. Where is it? I think it's called Furion. Furion.
Rerun?
Yeah. Did you watch that?
I watched like 3 episodes and I was like, I
You
don't
couldn't
care
get
too
into
much
it.
for it. I couldn't get into it. All my friends like, oh my god, it's so good. I'm like, all right.
Maybe it might. Maybe it's a slow starter.
I just couldn't get into it. Let me look and see how many I actually did watch because
But I can't find it on the. I'm on the popular list and I can't seem to find it. I know that comes and goes. So like, if I find no, but Solo Leveling is still up there. So like, it's hard for me to give people that argument that like, oh, it should have won Anime of the Year when
you haven't even seen it.
not only that I haven't even seen it, I'm seeing the list of everything that's coming before it. You know what I mean? So like, ignoring One Piece and Dragon Ball because like the name's gonna carry those, right? Ignoring that, so there's Solo Leveling, the Apothecary Diaries. I don't know if I said that right. Fire Force. I left my A rank party to help my former students reach something something. You know what I mean? And like as far as I know, like it's not an old like it came out. Episodes were coming out recently, if I'm not mistaken, for it to be even a contender.
Yeah, it just finished out April 5th.
April 5th, so 3 months ago. Now let me see if I go down this list. Black Clover is here. That time I got reincarnated slime is over here. I'm at overload. I don't even see it. It's not even popping up. So like I don't know how.
Yeah, like it
Oh, I
was
found it. I finally found it. All right, so I'll count. Go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off.
it was I mean, for me it was one of those ones I would just put on and just let it play in the background. But like I didn't see the big appeal of it myself. Maybe I didn't give it enough time, but since it's about an elf that lives forever, not lives forever, but she lives a long time, and all the people she went and adventured with have gotten old, and she takes on an apprentice who has an aptitude for talent.
Okay, so I just want to see one thing. 1 second. The last episode of Solo season 2 came out when? Where do you see that? January 18th, 2025. If I'm reading that correctly. No, no. I'm looking at the wrong thing. I'm sorry. April 12th. And you said Farron ended in April as well?
Yeah, April 5th.
Okay, so both of these ended in April. Solo Leveling is still number one on the list. Farron is number 98th behind Dragon Ball and above Tokyo Ghoul.
Yeah, see, I never thought it was that great either.
I wanted to give it a shot because people were saying that like it should have got anime of the year, and like now I'm just like I like it. I get it, but like if it should have been anime of the year, why is it so low on the popular list?
Yeah,
uh,
I feel that.
that's the difference between a fan base's opinion and like a majority rule. Because I
Which
don't
is why I'm like One Piece. I don't even know why that's so popular.
majority rule, bitch.
It's terrible, and that I feel like
Majority
everyone
rule.
I wouldn't say majority. I would say fan base.
I'm actually
Is
really
overselling
surprised
it.
that the beginning after the end is eighth on the list because it's not. You haven't seen much. If you read the story, you ain't seen shit yet. So like, I'm really surprised it's up there. I think just the fan base from the story is carrying its popularity.
More than likely, yeah.
I meant to go back to Black Butler. Black Butler is something I started and I kind of had interest in, but like not enough to keep watching, I guess.
Yeah.
Did
I
you
feel
ever?
that. Nope.
No.
Never seen it. I wasn't about that life.
I hear you. It's all right. I understand.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess that's it for the popularity talk. Shall we?
Get into the real meat of the thing, the JoJo's podcast.
JoJo's podcast. Damn, both Naruto and Naruto Shippuden are both higher than Frieren. They haven't been out in ages. Okay.
That's
all right.
wild.
JoJo's. Jujutsu Kaisen. I'm still looking through this. My Hero, Ephrata. Okay, I'm done. I'm closing out. JoJo's Golden Wind arc, I guess you would call this. The Giorno arc.
Yes.
So, episode 1, I'm just going to read the description of the episode and then we can talk about it. Episode 1, Golden Wind. With his stand most suitable for the task, Koichi Hirose arrives in Naples to locate young Haruno Shiobana, otherwise known as Giorno, a man feared to be Dio Brando's son. Oh shit, I'm glad I don't read these before, I watch them. They could really spoil some shit. I didn't know he could be Dio's son until that dude opened his wallet in this episode and I saw a picture of Dio. So why has he got a picture of Dio in his wallet? Oh my god,
He
he's
looked
got
just
blonde
like
hair.
Dio.
He does not. Dio looked brolic as hell for no reason, dog.
But he wasn't always that brolic. And you got to think about it, that he's just a little kid, hasn't even hit his grown man body yet.
I don't know how old Joseph and Dio were when weren't they in high school?
Yeah.
Yeah, so like I think Giorno's in high school.
No, they were in college.
They were in college.
But they had got years old, and then they grew up and they went to college because they were playing rugby.
Yeah. And then you had that first episode when they were working together, and then the thoughts. I can't wait to get rid of this bastard. I still don't trust him.
Yeah. Exactly.
So, the Golden Wind, first episode. This description is a lie, by the way. Koichi is definitely not the most suited to this task. He actually gets owned every time that I've seen that they come into contact. And the only reason, I think if Giorno wanted, he probably could have taken care of Koichi. But he doesn't seem that. He's a con artist, but he doesn't seem like that type of person. But, Koichi shows up and Giorno steals his luggage, and Koichi used his stand to weigh down the car, and Giorno used his stand to transform the luggage into a frog? Is that what he turned it into a frog, right? like a tree frog.
It's so long ago.
Um,
Yeah, continue.
what was weird to me was about the frog things. Like he turned it into a tree frog, and then like the tree frog just like he could have grabbed it and ran with it, but he just let the frog go by itself. Which, in hindsight, you know, I guess if you didn't do that, if they didn't do it like that, like you wouldn't be surprised that the frog was the suitcase all along. So I guess it kind of makes sense. I kind of just convinced myself why it makes sense. All right, never mind. But he ran into a guy who thought like he was the man on the street and wanted to cut, and like the frog landed on Giorno, and he was like, "Nah, get rid of it." It's like, "Nah, don't hurt it. You'll regret it." And he whacked the frog as hard as he could, and apparently anything you do to Giorno Stan is inflicted upon you. Which I didn't talk about this last. I don't think I talked about this last episode, but like it's interesting that this season's focus is not a Joestar.
Yeah, I was gonna tell you that way in the beginning because I was like, it. Because you're like, yeah, you're like, oh, there should be like 5-6 generations, and I was like, oh yeah, because
Well,
I
mean,
do like the focus of this.
Yeah, I mean, but like technically, Dio used Joseph's body to conceive Giorno. So I feel like he should be somewhat considered a descendant.
He does have the marking on his neck.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So like, all right, let's debate this right now. Should Giorno be considered a Joestar?
Joestar by marriage.
Listen, I don't think it's that far off. It's literally blood.
or a cousin at the least, first cousin.
First God, hey, I might accept that.
Yeah, because let's just say he has like 50% Joestar DNA. So
Yeah, I mean, Dio's blood's probably ransacked the shit out of that body.
I mean, all he did was a head at that point. So,
But hey, listen, he has two names, and neither of them say Joestar. But I'm thinking neither does Jotros, to be fair. But Jotros is Joestar. I'm gonna consider Giorno a Joestar just for the sake of saying every season had a Joestar.
yeah.
Which
I
makes
mean, I don't know. I'll probably leave it. Won't call him a Joestar exactly.
Which makes me wonder who fathered the girl in the 5th arc. But I'll get to that in 21 more episodes. So yeah, the dude, he whacked the frog and ended up whacking himself, and we saw the wallet and opened it up, and it was Dio. So it was heavily insinuated that Giorno was Dio's son. And we go into episode 2. Buchirari is coming. I don't know if I said that right. And the description is, as a neglected child, Giorno's life changes when he helps a mafioso escape death. Giorno learns more about his powers while facing Bruno Bucciarati.
Yeah.
Bruno. We don't talk about Bruno. So basically this was a little backstory into Giorno's childhood, and he was abused by his dad, and like he was picked on because he was Japanese, abused by his stepdad. I'm sorry, Dio wasn't in his life. Abused by his stepdad, typical trauma shit, and he was bullied by kids, and this one night, this dude was running from these 3 guys, which happened to be it was probably a mafia gang, a rival mafia, and Giorno lied to them and said like he went that way when he was really just unconscious right there. And then ever since that like altercation, the mafioso, made sure that no one fucked with Giorno. So I get Giorno, I guess, grew up wanting to be a mafioso. Fast forward, Bruno comes to investigate what happened to the dude who swears he was like the shit on the streets, because I guess he's part of the mafia as well. And he has a zipper stand. It's like actually pretty interesting and cool, honestly. To put, I think he put either the dude's eyeball or fingers in Giorno's mouth.
Yeah. Spaghetti.
But that's when Giorno decided to, for the first time use his stand against a living person. And he found out his stand has a pretty interesting effect when he uses it on people. And what it does is it puts their mind into hyperdrive to where it's like they think they're getting some shit off, but really they're in a moment of like your head is thinking way faster than you can move, and your movement is way slower than you, I guess, can react with.
Yeah.
So you just you're just taking an ass beating and watching it happen, fully conscious. But it's almost like I would almost equate Giorno's ability to understand almost like Itachi's genjutsu. Like that's probably what it kind of feels like. Like you just it probably feels like it lasts forever, torturous, and like even though you see what's clearly about to happen, you can't do anything to stop it, and like it just leads to pain.
Or you could think about it as like another time ability, but not stopping time, but slowing time.
That too, and what's crazy, it doesn't really even slow down time because it doesn't affect Giorno per se, but like the person itself is watching as if someone just hit rewind on the Comcast controller or the IO controller 6 times.
Yeah, I would equate it more so of slowing everything else down around him versus being able to slow down himself. Whereas, it's in line with Dio's, but on like a weaker scale. I feel like.
Well, I actually think it's a little. All right, which one do you think does more psychological damage, Dio's or Giorno's?
Probably Journos, just for the fact
But you get to watch it happen, right?
Yeah, if you sit there and you think about it, if you're from me 1 second, next thing you'll know you're over there. You're thinking either teleportation or something, or he's just fast. But this one, you're like, oh, I see him moving. Like I can't move. I can't do anything. It's like you just know. But the other one, you're like, oh, if I don't see him, he could just kill me and that'd be it, type deal.
Oh, by the way, I didn't say this before, but now that we were talking about this fight, I just thought about it. Joseph might be my favorite half arc because he's in the same season as. No, not Joseph. Yeah, Joseph. He's in the same season as Jonathan. Joseph wasn't. I think Joseph deserved his own arc. But whatever. Joseph might be my favorite arc, but Jotaro and Dio is my favorite final fight by far, so far.
Yeah. Trying to remember how this season's fight went down.
Yeah.
Oh no! I do remember how stuff went down. Yeah, it was. This one was crazy. This one was a lot of big brainers at the end.
I'm waiting for. There are some big brain moves, but it's not crazy right now, so I'm waiting for it.
If you think about it, it's not. He's not a full Joe star, so his big brain moves might not even happen. But like, he does have moves. Where I'm like, oh,
Yeah,
He
he's
thought
got
ahead
more
about
like
that.
finesse more than so far. To that I've noticed, it's more finesse for him rather than outsmarting. He's kind of just
Bruce,
slick
he
with
is
it.
a con man, though.
Yeah, he is 100% a con man. I mean, he calmed those ladies that turned their pretend to hand them back their wallets and turned their money into butterflies and took the cash.
Yeah. I did like how he dyed his hair from from black to gold.
Oh, but they were saying he didn't do that. It just happened by itself
Yeah.
because Dio's blood awakened in him.
Wicked. Yeah. But
So yeah, ultimately Giorno, they get off the bus and it seems like Bruno is gonna get the upper hand on Giorno. Giorno began to like he ripped off his zipper arm and used it to like I guess hit him close close the gap and hit him first or whatever. And then like when he got him into the mind overdrive state again, and instead of ending him, he let him go. And when Bruno asked why, he was like, "So you're based on what I've seen, you're not a bad guy. You're just doing what you have to do. You could have, done this to this guy, but you didn't, and that's because you're a genuine dude. You can't make that up." So then he goes like, "Hey, I wanna."
follow you,
And then we get to like
help you.
episodes 3 and 4. I'll read both descriptions. Episode 3 being meet the gangster behind the wall, determined to join the mafia group known as Passione. Giorno visits ranking members Popo in prison, where he's given an impossible test of initiation, and gang initiation is episode 4, where Giorno struggles against Popo Stan, who can maneuver freely between the shadows, and Koichi tells Giorno of a Stan manifesting arrow. So, spoiler alert, the arrow's back. So I'll start on episode 3, right? Giorno spiels to Bruno that he wants to join the mafioso and change it for the better and take out the head. So Bruno's on board. He said, "You can join my crew, but you have to get past the initiation." So Giorno goes to the prison to meet Popo, who looked like a bed at first and then like sat up, and he was just this really big guy. And he gave him a test. He said, "Keep this flame alive for 24 hours and then bring it back." And the test started right away as soon as he left because they had to pat him down and he couldn't take anything. He couldn't receive anything from Popo, so he couldn't show them he had the lighter, which he freaked out a little bit. I don't know. He ended up turning it into a flower. I don't really know why he didn't do that beforehand. Maybe he just didn't think of it. He thought the cops were on board. That's what it was. But he turned into a flower, and like after a series of events where like it almost went out, and even Koichi broke into his apartment to find his passport and almost put the fire out. He finally got away, and then a janitor bumped into him by mistake and put the flame out, but the lighter was still on technically. It just had no flame, so they added the fire back. But that's what cued the fight with the stand. Like the stand reacts to the lighter going out and uses the shadows to maneuver, and seems rather like difficult to deal with if you're in the shadow. Like it almost seems kind of invincible if you're in the shadows. But Koichi and Giorno put their heads together and exposed it to sunlight and took care of it. Now, the interesting thing about the test was it didn't matter if he actually kept the flame on 24 hours or not. If he kept it on, he was someone that can be, can handle a difficult task. But if he didn't, then Popo's stand would, you know, pierce him with the arrow, and then maybe they'll get a stand user out of it. That was the actual. I think they were just farming stand users. Thoughts?
Yeah, the whole thing was cool. I did enjoy his ingenuity how to get things. He got them done. It's interesting take not being a Joe Star. It wasn't too big brain doing stuff, but you do what you do to make it go on the streets.
Yeah, you actually might have been listening, but the way that you responded to that makes it sound like that was like a very me answer. I was like, this motherfucker was not listening.
Nah, I was listening to you.
So then we move on to.
Did you?
Go ahead.
You still on 3, or 3 or 4?
I just finished 3 and 4.
Oh, you're not gonna talk about how the banana morphed into a gun at the end?
That is. Did that have? I mean, I was gonna mention it when I got to the next episode, but I can talk about it.
Yeah, it could happen in 4, not 5.
Okay, I mean, I only have the description to go by, so like I do remember it. I was gonna get to it because like, they're heading toward Popo's hidden stash, and like I had to explain how they ended up doing that anyway. It's because
don't let me derail you.
no, you're good. So Giorno, being the stand-up guy that he actually is, he returned the lighter with flame and ended up putting a banana in Homeboy's secret stash. And that's when he went on his monologue. It's like, I don't know if he kept the flame alive or not, but that doesn't matter, because if he didn't, then if he's still here and he's alive, now he's a stand user and he's part of the family or whatever. But he was like, when did you get a banana in here? And he opened the banana turned to a gun. But like, I don't know how he ended up pulling the trigger of the gun still. Like, he saw it was a gun before it went off.
I think it's part of his stand is like if you do like an action of it, if it was like in the action motion, he changed it before then. So when it revert to normal, it was already being pulled. If that makes sense.
Yeah, all right. So maybe the peel was with the trigger.
It could have been the trigger, or like the trigger that reverted it back to normal, and he was already firing it. If that makes sense.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, that's fine. Either way, Giorno was responsible for killing Popo, which, you know what, in hindsight, not a good guy move, Giorno. But you gotta do what you gotta do. So you know he's capable of taking a life. At this point of the show, you know he's capable of doing. Like, if he feels... He had to feel justified to do it, because, Popo was the reason the old man died, so...
I would say, why do you think was it justified, or wasn't a good guy move because he stopped a tyrant?
I mean, but like, he wanted to join the mafioso, so like, you gotta. Yeah, the guy that helped you when you were a kid was, good to you, but that doesn't mean he was a good guy. You know what I mean? Like, he's probably killed people, and like, you want to join a mafia, like, that's what happens. That's what you do. You know what I mean? You have to take. There's rival mafia families and stuff like that, and then like there's when I'm just going off what I know from shows. I know mafias actually do exist. I just don't know what their actual procedures are. But like, as far as like the stereotypical facts of a mafia family is, like, there are rival families. There's, your territory where you protect the people in your territory, and a lot of the people who own businesses and stuff like that pay you for protection and stuff like that. So like, if they don't pay up, then violence occurs. So like, this is the type of organization he's trying to join. So like having the morality is that what I'm thinking? Morality to, you know, avenge this janitor and take it out on Popo when really in hindsight, once you realize that the stand was tied to the lighter, it was kind of your fault for, you know, the karma you created when you stole Koichi's bag. And that's what forced you to have to leave your apartment. So, like, I'm not saying he did a bad thing in terms of, like, oh, Popo was a good guy, you shouldn't have killed him. I'm just saying, like, you're kind of playing both sides of the fence here. Just because your wrong is less extreme than his wrong doesn't mean you're good. You know what I mean?
Did you ever claim you wanted to be good?
I mean, playing Justice Warrior gives you the wrong implications.
I don't know. I'm not too sure. I feel like, I mean, Jotaro kills people, or he killed people, and so I would.
Did he kill anyone innocent though? Like, did he kill anyone that wasn't a stand user trying to kill him? I don't remember.
Who did Giorno kill that was innocent?
I didn't say Popo was innocent. I was saying Giorno wasn't innocent and therefore didn't really have the right to make that call. Whereas Jotaro, I don't think Jotaro was guilty of anything other than being
What made him not? What makes Giorno not innocent? Though is the question.
He's a con artist and stole Koichi's passport and has done presumably worse things.
He was just trying to get by.
He seems like he gets by just fine.
Maybe. No, but that just goes back to the that thing where stand users always find other stand users. So it was kind of just destined for fate to happen that way.
What are we talking about?
They say that stand users always end up finding a way to other stand users.
Yeah, the weird kid with the dummy said that last season, but like in terms of what right now?
So it was actually like meant for him to try to steal the wallet or whatever, because that's how the whole arc goes on. Because if he didn't do that, then none of this probably would have happened. And so that was just like fate of the draw.
I mean, yeah, I mean you can tie every event that has currently gone on to him running into Koichi, but I don't know. That you might have a point there. I'm just saying, like, if we're comparing Giorno to Jotaro is not, like, he wasn't stealing that I'm aware of before conning people or anything, and anyone he has killed was not a good person and was trying to kill him or his friends and his grandfather.
Yeah.
Whereas in here we're saying, oh man, that guy's a killer, all right, but our protagonist, or I don't know if we want to call him protagonist, but our protagonist is a con artist.
He is the protagonist.
Yeah.
It's his season, baby.
Yeah, but you don't have to be the protagonist to be the main character. You can be an antagonist, I think. Can't you?
Yeah, you could, but
Vigilante.
Still, you're still the protagonist. Just means like the focus of the show. So that's what I would say.
So you can be the protagonist and the antagonist? What's the antagonist?
If you do it from like the antagonist point of view, then it's like still like the protagonist side. If you get what I'm saying. Yeah, it's just hard to say. I'm probably not doing a very good job of explaining it, but it's Yeah, the antagonist is the opposite of protagonist. So if you think about like Naruto and Sasuke, Sasuke would be like the antagonist, and Naruto is the protagonist because you follow it from his point of view the whole time.
Well, yeah, I think if you followed it from Sasuke's point of view, you'd follow. I think he'd switch suits 3 times. He'd start off as a protagonist first because Sasuke did start off good when he was with Team 7, and then he became an antagonist when he joined Orochimaru and chose that side for power, and then eventually became a vigilante when he, decided he was going to be the shadow of the Hokage. I think that's Sasuke's path.
Yeah. But it's so you can still have an antagonist, but still be the point of the show. Like, just the antagonist could be quantified as a bad guy per se, but not really a bad guy, if that makes sense.
I know it was purely a bad guy. That's why it was just like, he can't be a protagonist
Yeah.
because protagonist means good, and I think antagonist means bad, so he has to be the
No,
antagonist.
if you think of it as good and bad, that just means you're trying to like put in a box. But antagonist is just something that like goes against something like an adversary. So he
Like
is the
antagonizing?
protagonist. Yeah, and he's the protagonist, and the antagonist is the corruption and the evil that he's trying to get out of the mafia. Yeah, so if you look at it through the lens of, hey, that he's the main focus, and who is he trying to go against to change the storyline or the narrative, and that's the lens, I would say.
Gotcha. I think as far as the recap goes, I want to probably call it there because I think the next 4 will take us well beyond.
To infinity and beyond.
Yeah, because it as you guys have noticed, it doesn't take much to spark a debate in JoJo's, or just at least, or even just nice well thought questions that create a interesting conversation. And yeah, I mean, by all means, if you listen on YouTube or whatnot, you listen to anything that you're able to leave a comment. Like, leave a comment on your thoughts on like the protagonist antagonist aspect of Giorno. I mentioned Joseph's my favorite arc. Jotaro is my favorite final fight. Let us know what that is for you guys, and maybe we can give us something to talk about. Do you have a favorite arc and a favorite final fight, Irby?
I can't say I do. Definitely the Jotaro one. I'm like, oh yeah, that fight. It's like, that's wild.
The Jotaro fight. Jotaro is not my favorite Joestar. That's why I want to stress that Joseph is my favorite arc, because I thoroughly enjoy Joseph and his antics. Like, he has the same big brain as Jotaro, but like he's goofy with it, so like it makes for a more comedic and a comedic watch that like leads to it takes your attention away from like what he could potentially do because he's joking around, and then like when he does something big brain, it catches you off guard, like, oh shit. But then he's still goofy, so like I feel like Joseph's personality leaves you open to a bigger surprise.
Yeah.
Whereas Jotaro is always serious, and like he's gonna, you're already anticipating, all right, what's he gonna do? Because like he's thinking something, and it's smart.
Yeah. But yeah, it's the yeah, I think this one was like I wouldn't say the end of the season was like a fight. Stone Ocean, that one was a weird ending per se. So I was like, oh, but I wouldn't. But yeah, it definitely had to be the Jotaro fight. But they're all interesting. But yeah, you've been listening to the music on this though?
I
The
know that.
outros.
Have I listened to an outro? I have, but like I don't pay attention to it too much. But like I know this is the season that has the doom 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 doom. I heard it. I forget where I heard it, but I heard it. I was like, oh, this is it. This is it. I swear, if that song comes up as an intro, outro, I don't know what's gonna come up as, but I will not skip it. That song is hype. That song's lit. It gets played everywhere, and it's that piano thing, whatever's going on, whatever instrument that is, sounds dope.
Yeah, there's a this one has like an R&B feel.
Oh yeah, man. Oh,
And
yeah. I'm glad you fucking reminded me of that. What the hell was with the R&B outro?
I was like, oh, I was like, I gotta go download this. That thing had me vibing, boy.
Yo, I was like, what is this outro? Why is this? Why is the ending to this show trying to make love to me?
Because that's just the way it was. I was like,
This sounds like some fucking fucking like Usher, like I don't know, man. Like
Jonasy.
that shit was crazy. I was like,
I was like, oh, this took you back to my youth.
It didn't, bro. It didn't match it at all. It was just like, what the fuck is this out? Every single time, I was like, yo, I can't get over this. I'm glad. I'm glad you reminded me of the outro, bro. I was just like, it caught me off guard every single time.
Yeah, I enjoyed it though. I'm like,
It's not a bad outro by any means. It's just I don't know if I want that. I don't know if I want R&B at the end of my anime.
Yeah, maybe not. But yeah, it's good to me, dog. I'm like, yeah, okay.
I was hoping that doom 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 was the intro to outro, and it's neither.
No, it's just it's like his fight music.
Yeah, I don't like that. I want to listen to it.
Yeah. So you did this. Well, I did this. Da 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 da.
I mean, it is cool. Like kind of like bleaches. Dun, 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 dun.
Don't recall that one.
No?
Nah.
Yeah, it's fine. Bleach has a lot of dope ass songs.
I like when they Ichigo for to start fighting and he's like not that one, but it's like it's almost like whistles, but not like whistle.
That one?
No.
Oh.
I'd have to look it up because I couldn't do it justice.
Oh. It's I did the same thing, but like I did dun, 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 dun. So like I came nowhere near it.
Yeah. You're probably not.
It's when like the fight's almost at its most dramatic and Ichigo's about to pull some like fucking OP shit off.
Yeah, that somewhere along those lines.
And like the acoustic instruments come in and just that's the one I'm talking about. Like that thing sounds dope. But I like a lot of the songs that Bleach has used. Like it's just a lot, they have a lot of bangers.
You have a lot of bangers.
Yeah. I don't honestly like I know a lot of the One Piece songs, but like not a lot of them would like make my playlist, I guess I would say. Naruto is that Bluebird song. Bleach by far has the most songs that like I would listen to outside of anime.
Yeah.
And it's actually led me to liking a band that band that does He'll make the Kaneko National in the when they were in the Soul Society in the first time they went there.
Yeah.
that bad. They have this one song. I don't remember the name of it, but like it starts off like, and then like the rock instruments come in and it's hype.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't pretend to agree with me, dog.
I'm not.
You got anything you want to get off your chest, body, or soul, Irby?
Nope. I got nothing on a cloudy day.
All right, then let's wrap this on up. Care to do the outro?
Nope.
All right,
It's
I got
your
it.
outro.
That's going to do it for this episode, guys. Thank you so much for listening. If you enjoyed, like, comment, subscribe, and we'll catch you next week. Peace!
All right, guys. That's going to do it for this episode.
You piece
Hope
of
you
shit.
enjoyed what you listened to. And we'll catch you next week. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to us. Share us with a friend. And we'll catch you on the flip-flop. Peace.
Peace.